guitar riff. Can we fade out the music, please, Nina? Thank you. Let's come on camera, folks. By folks, I mean the team. Hey, team. We are here now, 5:06 p.m. PST over here in Portland. Where's Kelsey?
I'm here.
Hi!
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Or in YondoMondo world, it is yellow and
Yellow.
Yellow. What up? What up?
What up? Yes. Welcome everyone. We're so excited. Welcome everyone. We're so excited to be here tonight. It's been an incredible journey here in the YondoMondo world, and we wanted to take a moment to first thank our community, everyone who's in this room, everyone in the general chat right now, and transparency and just like talking to you guys is the most important thing to us, and we wanted to just like go for this AMA and have this forum for all of us to chit chat. It's going to be a super casual chat with our three co-founders here and the rest of the team. Shout out to our mods, Officer Ben, Officer Bon, Nina. Yo, Yondo Nina. We also, do you want to say something? Say hey, Yondo Nina. Hello. And we also have Lucy. Hello.
Hey.
And Grant just joined us. You don't have to say anything. Okay, so we can just start. I mean, as we said, this is going to be a super chill chat. Where should we get started? Our three mighty leaders. Maybe we can do a bit of intro with the three leaders. By the way, I'm Yondo Tina. You might have seen me in the chat. My real name is Tina, but on here I'm Yondo Tuna. So I'm just going to pass up the mic to our co-founders, starting off with Kelsey.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We're super, super excited. I get very excited. So if I hop up and down, it's like, it is with the most enthusiasm because this is our first AMA, one of very many. And it means a lot to us to be first and foremost fully doxxed. Woo! So we're very proud to have our faces associated with this project. For us, that means like commitment to you guys in the community for the long haul to show you we're here to stay, and we're putting, you know, ourselves and our reputations and everything on the line to build this beautiful world. So we're super excited that you've joined us. We're here with this amazing team, and we're all over the world, actually. But the three co-founders are all in North America. I'm up here in Canada, it's a nice place to be. It's pretty warm right now, which is great. And I was looped into this project thanks to the lovely fella with the cool cars on his wall. If you notice those beautiful posters, he's a bit of an interior decorator, Jason Stroll over here. And I met Jason in the crypto space 4 years ago, and he blew me away with his just general knowledge of finance, but not just general, like deep. And when he told me what he used to do, which was super interesting, valuing high-end things like sports cars and jewelry and wine and art. And then he started to get into cryptocurrency. We actually hired him at my old company to be a consultant for us and help us with our raise. And Jason and I went on to help another company too with their raise. And cumulatively, we've both helped raise over $80 million for crypto projects. When I told him about CryptoKitties 4 years ago, he was like, "You're insane." And I was like, "I know, but maybe if you're nice to me, we stay friends, I'll give you a CryptoKitty," which means I totally still owe him one. But Jay Stroll, brilliant financial analyst and an amazing friend, a great guy, and his license plate is Hodler. So you know he's in it for the long run. So Jay Stroll, everybody, I'm going to start with you, toss it over to you, because then you can intro Jay Jacobs even better than I could, and I think I'm doing pretty well at that these days. So over to you, Strolly.
Let's go.
Thank you for the very charitable introduction. Pleasure to be here. As Kelsey alluded, I've been in the crypto space for a long time, hence the gray hairs and general state of consternation. But yeah, I was an alternative asset manager technically, and so people started bugging me about what the hell was going on in the crypto world, and I had no idea. My answer was, I don't know, it's volatile and probably bullshit. And then I started getting obsessed with it myself and clearly changed my tune a little bit. Went ahead and started a company, and in the long and winding road, now I'm sitting here talking to a bunch of people about this incredible project we're working on. So it's very exciting. Enough about myself. To my right, left, whatever, depending on your grid view on the screen, is our other co-founder, whose name is also Jason. My oldest and closest friend on earth. I think we've known each other for something like 16 years now, maybe longer.
I don't know. It's gotta be more than that.
17? 8? How old are we? Too old.
You were good at math, Stroll. I'm worried
20
now.
years, man. 20 years.
No way. We were 10? 12? Shit.
Oh, easy. Easy.
All right. Well, we've known each other a long time, since middle school at least. And Jay's the most brilliant mind I've ever come across. He has incredible hyper analytical abilities. He can see farther into the future than I could ever know. And he is a badass product lead. He has brought tons of incredible consumer products onto the market, both tech, both digital and physical, I should say. Please excuse the brain fart. Without getting into it, I've been not on planet Earth for the past couple of weeks. So I'm not as loquacious or eloquent as I would like to be at the moment. But yeah, Jay is a guru in terms of voice of the customer, being able to analyze the time and the place and the values of a space and create something truly compelling. And he's done that time and again. And his reputation makes mine look like a little children's book, and I absolutely stand by that. So I will hand it over to Jay, who is our fearless and illustrious voice of reason and usually cuts off my silly diatribes. But welcome to the YondoMondo world, everybody, and here's Jay.
Well, yeah, on that cue, I'll jump in and cut off here. Yeah, so, I've been doing consumer stuff in digital space for a very long time. This, to me, the reason I'm so excited to be here is, Jason pulled me in. He's been in the crypto space, like he said, for a couple of years. He got me into it way back in the day. And when he started telling me about NFTs, 5 months ago, I was like, whoa, this is the thing. This to me is crypto's Netscape moment, where something that is kind of a little bit happening in a dark room with a bunch of intelligent programmers is going to make it over to the mainstream. And I kind of think we are witnessing that moment of the computer revolution, the internet revolution coming to people for the first time in a consumer friendly way, in a way that gets them excited, that's cool, that they can understand, that they can do something with, that has value to them. And that's why I think this is super exciting to me. We can talk a whole bunch about the project, and in a moment, we'll kind of open it up to questions. We have a few that you guys have submitted before, and then we can get into chat and stuff. But I just do want to real quick throw a quick shout out to Kelsey and give you a super quick background. So Struhl had introduced me to Kelsey, and this is kind of like a really great triumvirate, let's say, and without the negative Roman connotations, but the positive ones, I guess. And Kelsey really has driven this project forward in a way that's been absolutely wonderful. And she's part of the reason that we're, really able to expand the scope of what we're able to tackle and some of the partners we're talking to. She's had an illustrious career in her own right, runs her own agency, has been a self-starter and network relationship person with the craziest of crazy people. And it's just been an honor and a pleasure working with her so far. And this is the start of something that we're looking to grow into a monster company with so many, like this is the first of many IPs, and we can get into all that later, but what we're building here is the start of something huge. And I think we're just pumped to be talking to you guys about it. Something has resonated, and I'm excited to see what pieces of it you guys are enjoying the most. But yeah, I think with that, like, there's probably some questions that we have that might be worth addressing up front, but maybe we can just start off with some questions for the folks in here. I'm not sure if anyone has anything. What's the best way for us to get people unmiked for whoever wants to chat?
Hello, everyone. I'm back. Good question, Jason. Thank you for the intros. If anyone have any questions, please go to the general chat and either, depending on how comfortable you are, just like put your question in there, or if you want to go on mic or maybe go on video, just let Officer Ben or Yondo Nina know so we can turn that on for you. So as we are waiting for those questions to come in, we actually did field a ton of different questions. We asked y'all to submit some questions in the past few days. So let's start with those, shall we? We shall. So why YondoMondo?
I can probably take that one. So why YondoMondo? We had a different name. For those of you who have been around long enough here, you will know that we had a name change in the middle of this whole process. As people like to say, the things that were the hardest always kind of leave them in a stronger place. And there was, as we've been building this project for months now, right? So this is not, as you can hopefully see from the effort and the output, that this is not like a simple 2D sketch avatar project that we whipped up in an afternoon. This is something that we're taking very seriously and planning for the long term for. So we've been working on this for a very long time. Our original name was the Ethereans. Again, like for those of you who have been around, you'll remember that name. So in the time at which we've been working on this, there was another project that actually went forward with their marketing and their release date a bit sooner than we did. We were the Ethereans with an I, and so we had all of those kind of social names and URLs locked down, and they had the Ethereans with an E, like ETHEREANS, and we were IANS. And so, like those were great dudes. Like they have been in the space for a while. They are, we've connected with them. They've sold out. We wish them the absolute best. They have a great project that you guys should go check out. And so that to us was like a signal that, maybe this name wasn't right. And maybe that signal wasn't simple. Maybe it was like the calling for something bigger and that we wanted to go figure out. And actually it was a wonderful turning point for us because it removed what I think, the Ethereans is it's a little like esoteric. It's like out there. It feels very ethereal, let's say, quite obviously with the root of the word. And it feels just a little too serious. And so I think we took that as a sign to say, like, this wasn't clicking with us because this wasn't as fun of a project as we wanted it to be. We really want to like take some liberties of what we do with the story, how crazy and funny. We want this to be approachable and fun. And, this is a community-driven narrative here. Like we want people to contribute to the ideas. We want everyone to feel like they're, leaving their mark on the universe in a sense. And the Ethereans was a nice one, but it felt too serious, right? Like YondoMondo is super fun and it's way easier to write for. As soon as we had that flip, and Grant, who I think is still in here, Grant, that's Grant's name. Grant was just like stream of consciousness, like just spewing stuff out there. And one of the things that he said was just YondoMondo. And then, it took a while to get me on board with it because it was such a radical departure from where we were. But ultimately, when that changed, the taps in my brain started opening up for like how fun and exciting it was to write for this and how fun and exciting all the cool ideas and, the content would be less serious. And it's just like a more fun, playful world. And so that's kind of where the name came from. Certainly credit Grant Plus Pants over here. But yeah, it's been super cool. And I think once we had that, it's really been off to the races and it's been the tone and the shift that we want it to be. So that's where the name comes from.
Grant, while you're in here, just as a funny personal anecdote, I didn't know that little piece of it. So as it turned out, at a very inopportune time for doing a new product launch, I found myself in a hospital bed a couple of days out of surgery when they turned the anesthesia down enough for me to start to look at my phone. And when I went into the hospital a couple of weeks before, it was called the Ethereans. All of a sudden, I'm like entering Earth again as a co-founder of a company that I've been working on like a crazy person. I guess I almost worked myself to death, so to speak. And I opened my phone and I see YondoMondo and I was like, what the fuck? And I was I was on just copious amounts of drugs. So Grant, I thought that I was hallucinating or on somebody else's Discord or whatever. And it took a few moments, and I tepidly texted Jay, and I was like, "What did we get acquired before we ever launched? What exactly happened here?" But I can't speak enough to how much I fell in love with the name and how quickly, and for the reasons of this is supposed to be fun and whimsical, the impetus and sort of the initial drive behind why we came up with this was very much a reaction to the time and place that we're in and what we think this enabling set of technologies can enable to do. And it may as well be fun and totally an open sandbox. And so fell in love with it. What the hell does YondoMondo mean? It means whatever. It means it's a fun open sandbox for some space exploring adorable creatures. And so thank you for that, Grant, because I only knew a bit of that story. And I guess I experienced the name change as somebody on the team in a very weird way. So just thought I would share that snippet for what it's worth.
Hi. It's
I
Grant.
loved it.
Oh, hey, Grant.
I made it. I managed to get my technology working. I just wanted to say hi, everybody. And I think, Jason, you probably experienced the name in the best way, which is on copious amounts of drugs.
Yes.
Clearly, I love rhymes. So, yeah, I'm just glad that we all liked it. And then I took control over your project by renaming it.
I loved it because my 3-year-old nephew, who is like one of my favorite people to consumer test on, I was telling him about the Ethereans and he liked the characters, but he couldn't say the word. And then I said, "Hey, Cole, YondoMondo." And he goes, "YondoMondo, YondoMondo, yo, YondoMondo." And I was like, okay, we're good. We're going to be good. We're going to be just fine.
I love everything about that. And I
Yes.
I don't want to take all the credit because I think Jay was in there. Tina might have also been in that chat, and another one of the creative folks was in that chat with us. I don't think he's here right now, but it was all just kind of like us batting around something. And I think I just happened to throw out Yondo or YondoMondo as an idea. And then, but I agree, like immediately, as soon as we said it as a group, it was like, you could see the voice and you could see the vision and you could see the character's personality immediately. So I latched on and I was just like hardcore pushing for YondoMondo as soon as it came out. So I'm glad that it all worked out. And I hope that y'all like it too. YondoMunity. We got to figure out a better name. The YondoMondo.
We're workshopping.
We'll keep, we're just spitballing. We'll keep going.
All right. Let's get someone
Grant.
chatting. Like I want someone like, people have been sitting here listening to us for a while. Let's hear what they have to say.
There is. Ooh.
Yeah,
So
Nina.
there are people chatting in the general chat. And Pepperoni, our king, has asked. They're very curious about.
Can we unmute Pepperoni? Can we just let people speak? I mean, let's let them ask.
If you feel comfortable, Pepperoni, we'd love to hear your voice. No worries. If not, we can continue in the general chat. I see you. Yes. Oh, Nina, can you unmute Pepperoni?
We're a tight crew here. I think we can allow people to unmute themselves, and we have trust in you guys. You guys are here because you care, I think, and we're just kind of hoping that we're not going to disrupt the chat. So, but what can we just unmute? Give everyone the ability to unmute themselves, and when people feel like they want to jump in and ask a question, they can just do that.
Pepperoni says, "I'm trying."
Suspense.
There we go.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yes! We're obsessed with you.
YondoMondo. To
Yes,
the
sir.
moon.
Yes.
Hey guys, I will just say that I'm super excited for this project. I definitely had a little flashback drug reaction to when I woke up the next morning and was like, wait, where's the Discord channel? What's this who are these people that I'm conversing with? What's going on? And saw the whole, story challenge by Creepy T4, his whole Hapu and all the stuff. It just, the guys are cute. I can see this really going deep as deep as the universe is. Like, that's how deep the YondoMondos can go, and like the story-driven community can really just take it anywhere. I'm just really excited, and you guys have been really welcoming and nothing but positive vibes. And I'm super new to the NFT space, and it's just been a really positive learning experience as well.
Yeah, we appreciate you sharing, man. And in all honesty, we're scared where everyone tends to take this like we're serious. We're putting the keys in everyone here's hands, and this is, I think we've been really trying to craft this and build the right thing for people. Getting the right kind of product, I guess, is what I tend to call it, but the right art, the right things, the right environment. We're working on the Discord. And once all of that has clicked in a way that we're happy with, we're going to really start to turn on the pipes and start to get a whole bunch of people involved here. And so I think, this is the moment, and I cannot express how grateful we are for having each of you kind of here at this particular moment where you've, in one way or another, kind of discovered this on your own. And you've taken your time and you're sharing your whatever time of day this is for you with us. And we're trying to get this right, and we want to open and start a conversation here, so that when we do turn that switch and people are really starting to come in, we kind of know already what's working and what you're excited about. So thank you for sharing that, and it's good to see that we're a little bit on the right page. And I think one of the things I'd love to learn from everyone here as we begin to converse a bit more is what pieces of this are most exciting to you? What do you want to see more of? What are we not doing that we should be doing? What are we doing that you hate? This is all the conversation that allows us to build a great project, together. And I think we're very serious about community driven. We want to workshop this and kind of figure this out together. And we've taken our best shot at what we're putting out there today. But that's just a starting point. And to whatever degree, and we encourage to the strongest degree you guys are willing and able to give feedback. That's kind of the purpose here is, we want to make sure that you guys see us like we're real. This is a real deal. We're putting our names on the line. This is very seriously a long-term project, and it couldn't be further from a rug kind of situation. So, hopefully we can rule that one out. But more importantly, this is a project by and for the community in a lot of ways. And, we want to shape this in a way that you want to see this be shaped. And so this is a time for you guys to tell us what you want. We can answer any questions, but at the same time, tell us what you love and tell us what you hate and tell us what you want us to do more of and tell us what you want us to do less of. That would be awesome. But whatever, if you want to chat about memes, I'm happy to chat about memes too.
No, I mean, if I can still speak, I don't know. The whole lore, I think you guys have laid amazing groundwork as far as where this can go. We have no idea how long the YondoMondos have been here on Earth. Are they technological? Are they more, savage? Or there's just so many. There's just the stories that are here are pretty great. And yeah,
something that you want to see more of?
I don't know. I submitted a question asking about if there were going to be more archetypes, different builds for we have the 3 eggplant guy. I call him Big Blue, and then the fuzzy onesie guy. But I wasn't sure if there would be a couple more.
Can I ask, man, where did you come up with those names? Because they're eerily similar to the ones we're using internally, and I'm not sure if that's just the names that everyone sees them as, or if
what they look like.
Yeah, the egg. I'm the eggplant guy. Yeah, looks like an eggplant, and I'm pretty
Like
sure
literally
I
his
saw
files
some-
are called Eggplant Guy. I'm not even
Dude.
kidding. We're gonna name them all, I promise. But like he's right now, his files are named Eggplant Guy. It's hilarious.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, the plush, man. It looks great. So funny.
That, by the way, that is a plush that one of our teammates made like by hand because that's just how cool and interesting she is.
So
But
good.
that's not even like it's not even manufactured. That's like a homemade product. She's super
We like
excited
did
about
it for fun because she's here visiting right now, and she told me that she sewed dolls in high school, and I was like, okay, wait a minute, we're going to the craft store, and that's
Yeah.
what we did last night, drinking wine.
Amazing.
Cool. Is there anyone else that wants to chat? I mean, I hope Nina, if everyone has the ability to unmute, you guys can just kind of unmute and ask whatever if you can. No pressure, just Do you wanna talk about 4 words, Nina?
I think writing too, like, don't be a professional writer. I mean, if you are, great, come on in, but like, don't feel that pressure. I think that writing is some of the scariest stuff in the world because you're like putting words out there for yourself, but this is just 4 words, so it's like so collaborative and so many things could come from it. It's like we all have 4 words in us, just throw them out there.
I
Yeah,
agree.
We want to create more opportunities for y'all that we understand that the canon and the prologue, it could feel a little intimidating to write this whole thing because we have folks like Pepperoni and Crypty like writing this beautiful passage, and we want to create more opportunities for y'all to just have something that is very low barrier to entry, 4 words. And just an update to all of you, the most recent combination of the 4 words is: so the Yondos vow to do their part and eat the trash or dispose them, rather go save the Yordle. So if you want to continue that story, feel free. It is in the channel 4 words. And I see Grant unmuted himself. So tell us what you got, Grant.
I had so many things to say until somebody stepped all over me.
Sorry, Grant.
You're good. You're good. I was just gonna also add that as the resident words person, I agree. Like, don't overthink it. Like, I am super excited. The whole reason I joined into this is because it's this open world and collaborative storytelling experience. So even though I am more or less a professional writer, I would love to collaborate with anyone and everyone who's just excited about this and wants to build this world together. I mean, even if you have like one idea that's like, hey, what if I did this? I'm happy to help you build that out. I can work with you on that to like whatever degree you want, or if you are the kind of person who wants to just like essentially write a whole chapter or like write a whole subplot of a specific character, like, perfect. I can just be there as an editor, or I can be there as a cheerleader. I don't care. I just want this YondoMondo world to just be like the coolest thing that has ever happened in storytelling. That's what I care about. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help y'all make cool shit. So don't feel afraid to post in any of the writing channels, and it can be any length. You can put not the specific 4 words you would put in 4 words, but if you want to write a 4-word idea in the prologue channel as like an idea for what could be a part of the prologue, by all means do that, and we'll build it from there.
Our official invitation to use Grant as a service. If you ever need anything, add him as a friend and just DM him. Grant is here for you.
I will be your friend. In
Awesome.
words and in Yondo.
Yeah, it's super exciting to read this stuff for us and see it come to life. As we alluded to before, like the genesis of this idea was essentially observing the space, seeing what was working. We loved the avatar projects that had really strong community aspects. And we said, what can we do to engender a more active, more iterative, more experiential type of community? And we're all obsessed with fiction and lore, and I could go on my long psychologically addled spiel about how important fantasy and story is to people and why we decided to craft it in this way. But the part that is really exciting is to see you guys start contributing, because that is the great dream behind all this. And in the sense of our grand vision and where we hope this goes, we see this NFT as our launch party, sort of, and these initial 10,000 characters that we really hope people like yourselves hold on to. We wanted to grant that ability to guide ship. You guys are the initial space pioneers, and so we're hoping to take our most fervent, evangelical, happy, fun, and engaged users and actually give them a voice and give them stock ownership, so to speak, and also just a piece of the story that they've built that you're all going to see come to life. So even just in these early days, seeing a sentence or two pop up is so freaking exciting for us, because it is early proof of concept, maybe the earliest proof of concept of what we're trying to build, the first breadcrumbs and puzzle pieces. And so to the extent that we're fucking anything up in that regard, we'd love to hear from it. To the extent that there's any adaptation, to the extent that we can catalyze your comfort, ability, excitement to want to contribute more, that's what this is all about. As Grant alluded to, our role is to curate everything and take what you guys have provided to us and then actually make these experiences and maybe incorporate your own characters into these experiences and bring some of these things to life, but in a way where you feel that you contributed, you were a part of it, you made something, and what the hell is this going to grow into in terms of the greater ecosystem. So anyway, that's my spiel there, but so please share.
Yeah. I think what Grant was saying is the kind of core central idea that we want to make sure that people understand. And I think we can do a better job of doing that. And the core idea is anything and everything is useful and valuable, and we will build stuff out for you. And your contribution can literally just be, it'd be really sweet if they did this. And then it's on us to go build that part of it, right? It's we will build that out into something real and fun and written and stuff. This is Kelsey kind of coined the term ideation station, and we're figuring out how to work that in. But we want people to feel like all I have to do is have an idea, and I just share that idea, and that idea can get turned into something great. And so that's what's cool about this. What turned me on to this project, and the thing that kind of really fueled my fire here, was thinking about, what if I actually had the authority and the power to kind of co-create or make decisions or leave my mark on the Harry Potter universe or the Star Wars universe or any of the Marvel kind of universes. It's really cool and interesting. Yeah, I mean, these are really cool and interesting things, and it's great, but the ownership and the creation is kind of restricted to this little group of people in a writer's room, and that's kind of it. But what happens when you actually just use the new concepts that have been really productionalized by crypto and by blockchain, and essentially decentralize a whole bunch of that creation and open source all of that creation? Kind of the core tenets of why I think crypto is so interesting and blockchain is so interesting. And so that's kind of what really turned me on about this project. And the last quick thing that I'll just mention, because Jason, what you said kind of brought it up. The other thing that I noticed about this space was all of these not all of them, many of these projects are about ooh, this is really cool and rare, and this is a little in-group of people, and I want to be in, and this is a ticket in, and they're very exclusive communities that are meant to be on the side, and you kind of want to be involved in them because they're little walled gardens. And I think we saw this as a great opportunity to say, let's make this the most inclusive community possible. Let's make this the friendliest place in the metaverse. Let's really let people kind of come together and build something as a whole. And so that's been our ethos. It'll continue to be our ethos as we build this out. And so the NFTs, NFTs, these 10K NFTs are the ones that are going to have the voting rights to make the final decisions on where the major parts of the canon go. But anyone and everyone is more than welcome and in fact encouraged to contribute to all of that. And so that to me is another piece that really sets us apart. And one of the reasons I'm very excited to, really kind of get this out there and to as many people as possible.
We are all collectively Kevin Feige together, if you know the Marvel Universe. And we actually have an incoming question for Kelsey. Kelsey, do you have a story? This is from the Mondo Happy Yondo. Do you have a story for us from one of your speeches or a favorite speech of yours? Anything interesting or funny?
Okay, so thank you. That's a cool question. Wait, is this like my husband secretly trolling me somewhere? I'm like wondering, is he like would not surprise me. So whoever that is,
a bunch of your speeches. This is probably a real question.
Okay, because he likes to make fun of me, so whatever. It's okay. I'm always right, so that's the punchline. My favorite speech I ever gave was at the United Nations. I was given an award for innovation and basically frontier technology. So women globally who are working in essentially like blockchain, crypto, and kind of like early stage fintech. I was given that 3 years ago because I specifically got a bunch of people on board who gifted a lot of crypto and some big donations to the UN to help push forward the Sustainable Development Goals. And I was at the very first Blockchain for Impact Summit, was invited there on International Women's Day and kind of got looped in with this group of people and wound up working directly with the partnerships office, helping them understand what blockchain and specifically cryptocurrency and NFTs could potentially do for economic empowerment. And that was back in 2018. So I started to work very, very closely with them and kind of became their little source on it when it came to top officials at the UN. And for the work done in that space, they gave me some time during the UN General Assembly, UNGA, which is happening next week. It's where all the big world leaders come. And we had this big summit and Stroll was there. I made sure all my best buddies in crypto, I made sure that they were there. And of course he was there. And there was an astronaut that went before me who's still a good friend named Colonel Ron Guerin. And so I kind of threw to him in my little speech and I started it with, when I got the award, reach for the moon and if you fall, you'll land among the stars, which is like our whole, my dog's echoing me, but that's our whole thing at YondoMondo World. And then I said, and maybe if you're lucky like me, you'll wind up in a room full of astronauts. And it was one of those really crazy cool moments because I got there from sort of fighting for equality in the space, fighting for more female representation, fighting for people to understand what the power of this technology could do, especially from a philanthropic perspective. So I'm still involved with that. And you guys can only imagine that's why, we've got a big SDG push. I have a lot of friends at the UN who are very excited about this project. And that was the greatest one because you get them pumped about the economic opportunity. But you also scare the shit out of the old guard, the old power and control and say, hey, we're women, we're here, we're ready to shake things up and we're going to start redistributing the wealth. And having that kind of message and being able to say it in front of Vanderbilts and world leaders, etc., and have people give you that attention was one of the greatest moments of my entire life. And I'm so glad that my buddy Jay was there. You were there for that.
Awesome. Yeah, and we snuck into the Uber politician reading room at the end, and we're taking pictures until the security guards found us and kicked us out. But
Wow, you're
always a good time.
Oh yeah, no, it was really cool. It was a hell of a speech. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while. When Kelsey and I were first talking about NFTs. It must have been 2016, 2017, and every other meeting was about. Everyone loved to talk about turning medical records into NFTs, which was a topic that particularly pissed me off, having almost gone to medical school, spent countless hours shadowing doctors in hospitals and doing all the other crap you're supposed to do before you go. And it was concertedly the worst possible idea that couldn't happen and made no sense for so many reasons. And just trying to respectfully give that spiel, but everyone was trying to shove this concept into senseless things. I mean, that was the space. Kels and I were some of the few voices of reasons and some of the few teams that were working on legal frameworks, government frameworks, actual structures to bring these things to markets. What are they going to be called? How's it going to work? Are they securities? Are they utilities? All that stuff. And to see it go from that to the point where I have a project that I'm thrilled and proud to be involved in that has some sort of tertiary involvement with the moniker NFT is shocking to me to see where it's gone. So I'm just thinking back to that speech and where we've gone now. And the reason, by the way, that I'm excited about all this is because I think we've found a really interesting usage, as we've been continuing to talk about, for this tool to actually enable people to do something that is worthwhile and actually makes sense within the greater framework of the Ethereum ecosystem, obviously, and whatever the hell people want to call Web3 or this, idea of the metaverse and what it's going to evolve into. But we think this is a really interesting way of, an initial foray into that world, and hopefully one that is super approachable and fun and adorable and has the breadth to be agnostic enough to what platforms and usages and permutations are most advantageous or most interesting to folks as this grows. I see this space, whatever you want to call it. My team always hears me saying they probably want to kill me, but I think we're like 1996, 1997 internet days. We all just downloaded Netscape. We realized that the AOL browser is too shitty, and we heard from somebody at school that Netscape's the way to go. I think that's where we are, and I think we're building a really amazing tool and springboard into the next era of this. But yeah. Remembering that's weird time.
So just to be mindful, so little tiny plug, we're doing a Twitter Spaces after this, and we're all just going to hang out in a even more casual way. So we have about 10 minutes left.
I might be drinking wine. If anyone wants to drink wine with me, no pressure.
So do we have what does the list of our outstanding questions look like? How many can we plow through? And is there anyone else, if you guys want to chat, I guess either ping Nina, throw it in the general chat, and we can, or just unmic yourself. But let's see what, I want to make sure that we're answering people's questions.
Shit. I would halt the spiels if I knew there were questions. Let's go.
Can you just never halt your spiels, please? That's one of the reasons why I love you.
Thank you, Kels. Trying to get back into it.
You guys should have seen. He had me laughing so hard in Amsterdam a few years ago. Jason Stroll made this amazing speech. I have it on video somewhere. He talked about the tulip crisis back in the day and crypto and just had everyone in the room in stitches. And I don't think they were expecting it was going to be a comedy act by this genius finance guy. It was fantastic.
Thank you. That was fun. Amsterdam was a fun trip. And not for stereotypical Amsterdam reasons. It was a great trip regardless of...
also for stereotypical Amsterdam?
Yeah, I mean, we took advantage where we were. Yeah, that would have been crazy not to, but it was a great trip.
Folks, we were dealing with a troll in the general chat just now, but shout out to our mods, Nina and Officer Ben, for dealing with it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. At your service.
My mom asked me what a troll was the other day because I had to explain to her, and she was like, I just don't understand, and I'm trying to, welcome to the trolls. We're here for you. We got all the passwords for the bridge, so don't you worry.
One of the more popular questions that we've gotten is, are you going to have a pre-sale? Are you going to have a pre-sale?
Just because you ask it more times doesn't mean it's more likely to be true.
I will keep asking.
So
everyone else in the community.
Yeah, I know. there's going to be a pre-sale. We are working super hard to go do that. We want to bring this to you in a week and a half time. We're still just like ironing out the last kinks. We want this to be as seamless and as you can kind of choose your own gas fees. So we want to expand that to more than just a couple of NFTs. And so, we're going to have a pretty solid chunk of our collection done in, quote unquote pre-sale. And then we'll have a public sale after that. But, we're looking at getting this done sometime around a week and a half from now. And you just stay active, stay chatting in the Discord, and you will definitely be included if you guys are here now for sure. So let us know.
Yay, we do a pre-sale.
It's happening. Pre-sale is happening.
Yes. And
wait, sorry, hold on. Is Ty, do you have a question? I see you're unmuted here. I'm not sure if you jumped in unmuted, but if you have a question, definitely feel free to throw it out. Oh, he muted. Okay, I think he just came in. It came in hot. All good. What's the next one? Sorry.
Next one is, can you please speak on the rarity distribution of YondoMondo?
Yeah, sure thing. So I'm sure you guys have all seen there are 3 characters, which we're super pumped about. It's causing lots of problems with the assets and how, that's a whole story that I'm happy to get into if you're interested. We are resizing each asset per character. So in a sense, we're having 3 times the number of assets. They're all 3D, so they're all 20 times harder. That's probably an understatement to begin with. So we're really cranking up the difficulty level here, but we think that the output is going to be so sick. And we're seeing what the high quality outputs are looking like now. We're doing test runs and they look awesome. And so, yeah, like we're going to have, we're shooting for like 150 general asset type or different assets. Those will result in 10 million plus combinations based on the distribution that we have per asset slot. There will be the standard, this is more common than the others. The characters will be equal, right? So each character is going to have a 1/3 probability of being chosen. So we're not going to make one character rarer than the others, but the assets will be rarer. And so, you're going to have roughly like 3,333 of each character. There are some really, really cool ones that we're working on. The skins, we're working on these like insane metallic textures are going to be super cool. Jason can talk a bit, for those of you guys who were here at the beginning, he was talking about his hospital experience. But even before that, he comes from being in the medical world. And so one of our most rare assets is going to be a stethoscope that we're going to put on these characters. And there's going to be some way that, we haven't formalized what it is yet, but, we're going to give back to the medical community in some way. And hopefully, we'll find the right charity to do. If you guys have suggestions, let us know. But yeah, there's going to be some assets that are super rare. There's going to be assets that are, just rare. There's going to be assets that are common. They're all looking awesome. You can see the art. Nina's been sharing sneak peeks in the sneak peek channel. Next week, as we get closer to our pre-sale, we're definitely going to be like really ramping that up. And there's going to be much more visuals that we're sharing with you guys to see what they are going to look like. But yeah, I don't know. We have like awesome pirate hats. We have Napoleon hats. You can see Grant's icon. We have a little Hugh Hefner type robe over there. We have these cool kimonos that you see on Nina's character. We got some capes. We got some fun stuff. We got some boxing gloves. I don't think we've revealed yet. What other stuff haven't we revealed yet that I can talk about? We have some space boots out there that are looking awesome.
I love our glasses. I'm a huge fan of our glasses varieties.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
The glasses and
We got
flower
quite
crowns.
Got Terminator specs. We got John Lennon glasses. We got regular shades. We got aviators. I'm a bit of a sunglasses connoisseur, so that was a.
And the other thing I would note is we're still kind of like cranking these assets out for the next couple days. So if you guys have suggestions on like assets you'd love to see in there, just ping one of us, throw it in the general chat. Like we're still working on it. Our engineers and our artists are like the most talented people I've ever worked with. And so they've been flipping this stuff faster than I can imagine. And we're still, as we're working on the asset generation script to make sure that this is all, literally one of a kind, and we're throwing out any combinations that are not going to be one of a kind. While that script is working, we still have the ability to be creating more assets, and that's what we're doing. And we have a whole bunch. There's like a boxer's championship belt that I think I'm super pumped about.
I love the fanny pack.
I do some
the
boxing.
Fanny pack is money. I love that.
Fanny pack is sweet.
I guess I should have known you were a boxer with your southpaw. I love to box. I didn't know we had this in common. I'm just a little angry Irish girl,
So interesting.
Yeah. But if you guys have any questions, want me to dive into anything further, if there's assets you want to see, haven't, if you want me to go into the rarities a bit more, just let us know. But that's the general rundown.
You mentioned the art. One thing I don't think we mentioned in this AMA is Yoshi. Talk really quickly about Yoshi, because we just had another hot question come in. But tell us about Yoshi.
So you want to give a 30-second on Yoshi?
30-second on Yosh is Jay and I had a vision for the type of artwork that we wanted. We knew it needed to be 3D. By the way, like in the future, you'll be able to get your 3D files and stuff like that, which we didn't allude to. But we did an exhaustive search, and we're lucky enough to find Yoshi. He was an incredible artist living in Tokyo. And we wanted somebody, we were able to explain the vision and what we wanted to do and what we wanted these guys to emote and how inclusive we wanted them to feel, and the kind of 3 different personality archetypes that we had constructed behind the vision for these characters. And he worked with us like an absolute fucking champ and made these incredible characters in a ridiculous amount of time, ridiculous being expeditious beyond our wildest dreams, given the quality and given the complexity of what we ask of him. Yoshi's very well known in Japan. He has some really cool public sculptures. He's worked on a lot of public campaigns there. And one of the reasons I would say we went with him is because he is a really big visionary. He believed in this project. He really helped us to make it possible, given the caliber of artist he is and the reputation that he has. He did us big favors in many ways to bring this into reality. And it's because he has as big of a vision for this as we do. He genuinely wants this to be the next Pokemon, the next Star Wars, the next, I'm a nerd, and Star Trek Deep Space Nine is my favorite thing ever, but maybe bigger than that one. And so because of that, it was just a perfect fit. And this is very much a melding of his style and expression and priorities and the vision and the world that we wanted to bring together. I'll truncate it there because I know there was a question. Sorry,
Yeah.
or Jay add. Sorry.
Do you have a last thing to add, Jay?
I was just going to say, the reason that we kind of land, if you go through Yoshi's portfolio, he has a whole bunch of like the absolute cutest characters in the world. And our push to him was like, these need to be kind of concerted, like real creatures that exist, and they can be believable to be like characters in a story, and they have a dimension beyond just cute. And he knocked it out of the park. And these are the 3 characters that we are launching with for the YondoMondo universe. And there will be many, many more to come. And we're so excited to build those out. And we have these like crazy sketches of some other ones that we were super pumped about and could barely kind of cut down to the ones that you guys are seeing in our assets. But so Yoshi's been incredible, and we're hoping to share more about Yoshi's story and how we got here over time. But yeah, is there any kind of last questions before we break?
We do. We have a question from B-Side, hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly, 92. How will the story be mainly conveyed? Text-based narrative, or will there be potential for animated shorts featuring a generative Yondo?
Yeah, I mean, without a question, this is the thing that we're super excited about. So we were saying this earlier, B-Side, I'm not sure here, but like, this is our dream of what if Pixar started when the blockchain was around, and we actually had the ability to have the community start to craft the story along with us, such that Toy Story was their like Pixar's jump off moment. And I think like, what if the community could have helped shape Toy Story, and you got to see maybe your character in there, or you got to play a part in defining the a Pizza Planet logo or stuff like that. I mean, those are the kind of touches that we get super excited about and that I want to have in these universes. And so that's where we're starting from, right? And so our kind of super secret, not so secret mission is to become a massive entertainment company. And this to us is going to be, a place where we start to get our ideas and build a community right here in this Discord. And then over time, I think, immediately after launch, we're going to be workshopping with the community, seeing what's working, what people are getting excited about, like what parts of the story people are interested in. We're going to the moon, upon launch, like that's the whole thing is everyone's kind of like super excited and Grant knows the story better. But like right now, everyone is really fired up to go to the moon and kind of see who they are, where they came from, why they were landed on Earth, like what's going on, where they can go, what's out there in this universe of theirs that they haven't yet explored. And so that's kind of where we join these people, and we're going to the moon together upon our release. And so I think we're going to craft this together in Discord, and we're going to kind of see where this story goes. And then, like I was saying, we're very much building up to be like a large entertainment company. Our best guess as to where this goes right now is something in the term or in the world of an animated series. But I think we are really, really open to what and how the community wants this story delivered, the story that they've helped shape to be delivered. So again, my best guess is an animated series over time. Maybe it starts with shorts, maybe we kind of like raise and just go super ham and we start and go on right to Netflix, right? But I think maybe what we come up with is more suited to a game, and that's a world that I come from, and there's so many different possibilities. But I think this story, to answer your question as succinctly as I can, it starts in Discord, it's crafted by the community, and as soon as over the next couple of weeks post-launch, we have an idea of where it's going, then I think we're going to fire the full weight and the full force of our resources into whatever direction that is. And like it's a little bit it's ambitious to say, but like we are not stopping at shorts. Like this is going to be a big entertainment company that we are committed to for the long haul. And I think each of us on the team has the backgrounds to go make that happen. And we're super committed, and we want to bring that world to you guys. And specifically, like we want to bring your world to you guys in a way that's just fun and engaging to interact with.
Yeah.
You can dream it, we can do it. I will bang down any door in this world and I will not stop until I get in. And these guys can make anything happen, and that's it. Whatever you guys want.
Yeah. As my co-founders know, my whole career as a, strategist, as an analyst, has been about crushing projects, has been about poking holes in things, being a skeptical pain in the ass. That's essentially been my bread and butter. That's how I got my way in the crypto space, and that's the road that's led me here. I've never drank the Kool-Aid on a project. I've never fully been 100% unabashedly non-skeptical about even things that I've been involved with. This is the first time I'm so in love with something that I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, which is important. Even if we're totally wrong as founders, we need to fervently believe in what we're doing. As Jay said, we've put in our dues. I got the scars and the gray hairs and the general disposition of an 80-year-old to prove it. And we are absolutely resolute in making this happen. And so the vagary is just the reality of where we are right now and the reality of the amount of directions it can go in, but it's not flu bullshit. I also am on the side of it's probably going to look like some sort of animated short, at least in its earliest like take-home product. What can I experience from this visually or entertainment-wise inception? But we have to be agnostic to the effect that we don't know how big this could be. I mean, certainly in the most successful scenario, which we believe is going to happen, if this NFT project sells out and this gets a lot of excitement and we have a bustling community, I believe there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us, and we are going to take advantage of them, and we are going to go ham, and we are going to be able to create a really rich experience. To an extent, we have the resources from a human capacity already fired up to go. We have some of the best developers on the planet. We have, I think, one of the best teams in the space. I both have to think that, but also empirically genuinely believe that. And so it will be a rich quality experience. We have made this so much more difficult for ourselves than we needed to. If we wanted to just take the money and run and sell out of a fucking avatar collection, we could have done that months ago and been a lot more sane and wealthy. And, I'd be sitting in something Italian and ensconced in leather and driving up to PCH right now and not planning on working into the night all weekend, right? So this is the real fucking deal, and we're going to make something awesome. We're just have to be a little bit realistically agnostic about the exact path given how nascent this is, but it's not going to stay nascent for very long, and the proof is going to be in the next couple of weeks.
I think what we could say with a lot of certainty. So my background, I own an advertising agency, and we have a lot of clients who are in the e-commerce space. So we specifically help people sell things online, and we are going to have the best merch and the most amazing plushies, and the entire world will know about them. And that I can guarantee you without even needing to go down the animation path.
Yeah, we're gonna sell tube socks and plushies in Target. That's the end goal here. But no, we are gonna have the plush. I'm resolute on that one. I am in my 30s and I still hang out with this guy all the time. So the plushies are happening.
On that note, we're at time right now, and just want to thank everyone who have joined us here in this AMA today. Discord is our home for the YondoMondo universe, and most important to us to, be transparent with y'all and have a relationship with all of you. So thank you for joining our first AMA and listening to us talk. We are going to have an after party on Twitter Space. And one of our team members, Nina or Vincent or Lucy, will post the link in the general chat so y'all can join us. And one last thing, we are looking for mods to help support this community. If you are interested, we will be putting out a form next week, I believe. So please let us know if you're interested in being a mod. And also, I see Kripti recently joined us. Shout out to Kripti. Thank you for writing all the beautiful prose in
Oh, hey, man.
everywhere. And that is it, everyone. Nina, please hit the music. Hit it.
Wait, before Nina, hold on.
Not yet hit it. Okay. You go.
Hold on. I just, I know there are a few folks that joined on the later side of things. If you guys have any questions, if you want to connect, definitely reach out. Like I was saying earlier on in the chat, this is a community that we're building for all of you guys. If you have questions later on, if you didn't want to ask them now, please share any thoughts, feedback. We want to craft this to make this a wonderful place for you. So, we're open, we're here, we're committed, we're doing this an actual 20 hours a day. The sleep hasn't been wonderful, but it's worth it, and we're going to continue on. But any and everything that you're thinking, any and everything that you want to kind of share, ask, suggest, we're here for that. And this is the moment that I think we're going to have this little tight community. And I think very quickly as we start to really start to spread this around with the world, this is going to start to blow up, and it's going to this is going to be the smallest kind of group that we ever get the chance to have. And so, all of you here, please look at this as a very, very open door. Anything at all you want to say or share, now is the time to do it. We can still craft this. We can still change this. The assets are not finalized yet. We're working on the story. We're working on the lore. Nothing is in stone. And so any and everything that you think could be cool or interesting, please let us know. And we'll do our very best to get that sorted out and integrated. But, we're here for you, and we just want to share that.
Sorry.
It is. Rihanna is back. And that is it for our AMA. Please come join us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Come join us at the Twitter Space for our after party if you're interested. But that is it for our first ever AMA. Thank you again for joining us. Or yank you.